So this is the unit that's currently in the car. It's been in for about 2 years. It's a Bluetooth enabled system as well. Been using it with my Droid for 2 years. Been very, very happy with it. But now we're going to rip this out and take it out and put in a dual high with a DVD player and a backup camera into this car. That again has Bluetooth capability, so it can use all your functions. So let's get started. To first take it apart, I'm going to take this holder I have here I use for my demos. It's a nice little thing that has built-in charging and everything for your phone, but I don't use it very much now that I just keep my phone in my pocket. But in order to take this car apart and get to this dash, we have to actually take apart the center console. So the first thing we're going to do is go take a look at that. So here's the center console. I have to take out the cup holder out of the way to get to some screws. Every car is going to be different, but this is the first thing you need to do in order to start taking apart this particular car is take the center console off. So now we've removed the center console. You'll see it over here. After a few screws, you get into where the cabling and all brake assembly and all that. Now we have to get to some more screws here to take the center divider console that connects everything together here off. So we got those screws off, and now we have to lift from this center area here to try and pull this apart. As you see, it's can't get there because there's another problem. Is the gear shift lever is in the way. So we're going to have to put the car into gear and move the gear shift lever back. So let me get my keys out here, and we stick it in the ignition and turn the car on, and there we are, and pull the gear shift lever back. I have to step on the brake to unlock the gear shift and get it out of the way so that we can pull this console up. But before I do that, there's some hidden screws back here. There's one underneath here behind the former ashtray. Check your car installation. Make sure you don't break anything by yanking on stuff. There's could be some hidden screws you need to take care of before you pull it out. So be a little careful when you pull it out, because you're going to have connections like to your cigarette lighter or to your clock or other things up here. Some controls, you don't want to ruin them. You can unclip them normally and pull them out. But now your radio is exposed. In this case, it's a little loose from the last installation, but it could be bolted in from the factory pretty tight. So the next thing you want to do is unbolt that to get to the connections in the back. So once you have your unit disassembled from your car, you want to take a look at your electrical connections. Typically there's an antenna connection, and there's a power and speaker connector that's all in one. Now typically you don't need to remove them back here at the end of your radio. You look for the connector for your car. Again, here's where your speakers and your power are all in one unit. Now it's very important you do not cut the wires disappearing back into your car stereo. You just simply disconnect these two connectors because you want to use the standard connection to your car. So once this is taken off, you'll be able to plug in the new connector for your new radio right to where you left off, so there's no modifications to your car whatsoever.